getting our feet under us. I've written a book called 10 Steps to Achieve Any Outcome You Desire. Outcomes, desires. It really is about your dreams. You see the title there, subtitle, Build a Life You Love to Live. That's what brought this about. I wanted to create a program built around helping you build a life you love to live. So I wrote a book with my expertise, 10 Steps to Achieve Any Outcome You Desire. Really, we were going to discuss that today, but we've had so much value going on and so much activity. I'll save that for another day, but I do want people to know I'm an author and a publisher, as I self-published my book, 10 Steps to Achieve Any Outcome You Desire. Now, having said that, I'm a self-published author, but my partner here is published, and his book is ABCs to a Positive Life. Did I get that right?
Yes, it is. I'll show you there.
So that's the ABCs to a Positive Life. So we're both authors, we're both professional coaches in that sense, and we want to help people build a better life, right? So please tell us just a little bit about your book and what led to you creating that.
Basically, this book started back about 6 years ago. I had my first child, London, and I just think, oh, I got to figure a way to make more money or be a better person. And then I got into coaching with Chief Today, and that's where I started my journey. And self-discovery and all that good stuff like that happened, and I got into the program with Raymond Aaron, 10-10-10, and I wrote my first book based on his presentation of his book program. And then from there, I found other stories in my life I forgot about, and they're in my book. And then the different techniques and other things I found during my journey to be positive, to be a better person, was in my book as well. And then one of the key things I always found is that you can always make the change. You just got to make that decision and have that knowing within yourself to do it. Because you can always do whatever you like. It's just a matter of making that choice and the decision to follow through on it. And that's about it, RJ.
Absolutely. And taking the action, right? And stepping into it. I think, again, we're talking about becoming that person. And that's what we're here to help people do. That's how you build a better life. That's how you build a life you love to live. So, and I mean, you know, my book, Curtis's book, they're about teaching you how to become a better person. They're about helping you build your dreams. You know what? They're about, we all have dreams, we all have desires. I think of a word that has come up several times today is vision. And I had a vision, I shared that with others. Other people out there have had a vision and they shared that with others. One of the most powerful quotes in the world, I have a dream. And we know what happened when that gentleman shared his dream with the world. He changed the world. That's what we're about here today. We're about changing the world, doing one little part. How many times have you heard it today? If I can just help one person. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me motivated. If I can just help one person. So if this book, this video you're watching today, these presentations, if they help one person, we've done a good job. I know we've influenced quite a few more, but it's about that influence. It's about taking initiative and stepping into that life. And we've talked about community. We've talked about associations. We've talked about how getting involved, you meet people and you get influenced by people. I told you earlier, my next speaker, I met him through Ted Uribe, who talked about mastermind groups and the value for masterminds and how to implement them in your life and what they can do for you. Again, we talked about accountability today too, and this is my accountability partner currently, and that came about through Ted's mastermind group. So again, please get out there and get involved in mastermind groups. If you haven't found one, please visit Noble Goldman and get involved and get started with your mastermind group today. But my next speaker, again, I may not be the coach for you. This program may not be for you. This is a basic starter program. My next guest, his program, he calls it a basic starter program. But let me tell you, it's much elevated from mine because he is Mary Morrissey trained, what is it? A life mastery consultant. So And I met Marc Maynard through the Mastermind program, and I'm pleased I did because he is going to talk to you about dream building. And I'm going to get Curtis to tell us a little bit more about the guest while I bring him on. Curtis?
Thank you, RJ. So welcome. Marc is a inspiring speaker, passionate educator, and a highly sought after transformational coach. For over 8 years, Marc has worked with and inspired individuals like yourself, helping them build their dreams, accelerate the results, and create richer, more fulfilling lives. As a life mastery consultant certified by the Brave Thinking Institute, he can help you design and manifest a life that is in harmony with your soul's purpose. Let's welcome Marc Maynard. You're on, Marc.
Thank you, Curtis. That's a great introduction. Thank you, RJ. You two are doing an incredible job with this platform. I love the platform. And for everyone watching, everyone out there, how many of you have received incredible value today with all the great speakers and all the great information? I know I have. I absolutely loved listening and absorbing such great influence and energy, techniques and value that they have been given. So as they said, my name is Marc Maynard. I'm a life mastery consultant, and the basic marquee program that I coach, as RJ put, is the Dream Builder. And that's really kind of what the message is today. The message today is we want to get into a place that we're happy and we're driven and we're motivated, we're energetic and we're excited about getting up every day and going towards something that we absolutely love. So the Dream Builder program, and I'll get to it in a second, but I'd like to introduce myself a little bit and give you some background on my story and how I came to be where I am right now. So I'm 49 years old right now. I'm married with one son and 2 stepchildren, and I live in New Hampshire. And my life has been drastically different since a lot has happened to me, and it put me on the path to wanting to do something that it was in my soul's purpose and to actually just resonate with something that I really enjoy doing all the time. So a background quickly through my childhood, I guess you could say aptly, a challenging childhood, was not given the best information. How many of you can relate to that? As we try to go through life, we feel accepted, we don't feel accepted. And we try to navigate ourselves as we go forward. It took me to my mid-20s to really make a decision that I myself felt worthy enough to do something for myself. And I did what a lot of people do. I found a decent job, a decent company. I worked for a beverage distribution company, and I built myself up through the ranks in that company, because that seems to be what we're taught to do, right? To pick something that makes sense, something that will pay the bills, have benefits in the long run. And I did that for 23 years. I did that. And I became a driver. I had my own routes, and I spent all of my time and energy being the best I could be at that job. And although I felt like I was really good at that job, good enough that when that company sold, and that was one of the biggest things that changed my life, when the company I worked for that entire amount of time sold to another company, that meant I was going to have to start over again. That's a thankless position to be in when you feel you've built yourself up to a certain amount of time being with this company. So that was difficult. But I felt I was really good at my job. And I got lots of interviews with different companies because my company promoted me, even though they were selling, they promoted me pretty valuable to all the other companies that were looking to acquire workers. That being said, as I moved into another company, it was a lateral move, but I would have to start over again. And I felt that was very aggressively stressful on me. I did not want to have to do that again. And it kind of stole the heart out of what I was doing. But what it really pointed out to me was something Les Brown had said. And I absolutely love Les Brown, one of my favorite mentors. And he said, if you don't move on life, life will move on you. And I feel that's what was happening to me at that time. I feel my soul was unsettled because even though I had done a good job with this career, I wasn't satisfied. My soul wasn't satisfied. The energy in my heart wasn't satisfied. And day after day was just a repeat of the day before. It was like I was mundanely just going down the rabbit hole with no way of stopping, tumbling down the rabbit hole, as it were. And I felt my energy was calling, my soul was calling for something better. And what I had really noticed was for the last 10 years of my career, what I looked forward to most of all was the community that RJ and Curtis are talking about here, was that community feel of just resonating with other people. I had my own roots in this delivery, so I got to see the same people on a weekly basis. And I really looked forward to that. I ended up spreading as much of my energy as I could to cashiers and managers and owners of companies and just really connecting and resonating with them. And I didn't even realize how much I enjoyed doing that and how much it resonated with my soul until life moved on me. Once those roots were taken from me, I didn't have that passion that I could pour in every single day. And I had to start in new areas, learn new patterns, learn new territories. That added a certain amount of stress to me. And after a while, what wound up happening is I perceived this stress over and over and over again. And it put so much pressure on me physically that I had major medical events all line up in a row. And without getting into too much detail, I will just say I had a heart attack, a VSD repair where they had to sew a patch into my heart, into the center of my heart. I had a stroke the year later, which thankfully was in my cerebellum and not the cerebral stroke, because that was more of a balance center thing. So I suffered no deficits, a blessing for me. And then I suffered a major concussion. And as Les said, I feel that life was trying to tell me, you're meant for something better. You're meant for something more than this. We're not here to just live and pay bills and die. That's not what our expression should be in this world. So I decided that I was going to take that leap. And I moved on what my heart was telling me to do. I want to be a coach. I want to help people better their lives, to improve their lives. There is no better feeling in the world. So I took that move and I dove in there. I invested where I didn't have the money to invest. I just took that step and said, it will come, this will happen. So I took that step and it just dove right in, and I learned, and I spent 6 months in that program and got educated to the highest level. That's such a world-class institute. It's Brave Thinking Institute. And now that I am a coach, the marquee program that I coach is the Dream Builder. So I'd like to kind of briefly talk about the Dream Builder, but then I want to add some value to you today. So the Dream Builder program, in general, it's a 4-step program that goes through blueprinting. The first thing that we do is you craft a vision that is meant for you. Something that's right in your heart that you love, that you're passionate about. And we suspend the how. We don't worry about the how. We just focus on what would you love. We craft the dream. You learn how to test the dream, and you increase your sense of deserving in that first stage. And then we go on to the bridging stage. And in the bridging stage, you'll learn how to befriend your fear, as fear it can be an ally along the way as we move forward. Fear is present. Every time we step on the green growing edge of our reality, what we've known, fear will tend to arise. You'll learn how to befriend your fear, shift lack into a sense of abundance, and then go through amazing spiritual forgiveness principles where we can release all the negative blocks and struggle that we hold inside that frees us up to channel more of this amazing, loving, creative source that we're fueled with every day. After that, we go into the building phase, and that's where you'll learn how to develop your intuition, how to find and create and cultivate a support system that'll be with you along the way. as RJ said, just like mastermind teams is a great support system that can help fuel you with great energy and forward momentum. And then how to turn failure, which we perceive failure, which is just learning, from a stumbling block into a stepping stone. Because some of the great leaders in the world have all said that all the lessons are in failure. And this part of the program is going to really laser focus on how to take the information out of our learning curve and take those steps and move forward into growth. And then that moves into the becoming phase. And this is where you learn how to harvest the dream. Now, I know it sounds a little funny, but sometimes one of the biggest problems we have is we don't feel worthy enough to accept the good that's coming to us. And it sounds a little funny, but it does happen to a lot of people that on some level, in a vibrational sense, they don't feel worthy of what's coming to them. So they unintentionally move away from it. And you'll learn that there in the becoming phase. So that's basically the structure of it. But what I'd love to give you some benefit now are 4 pieces that I've learned that you really need just to get started on moving towards your dream. And the first thing, as I said, we cover in the blueprinting phase is you need a goal, you need a dream, you need a vision. And that can be as simple as just feeling, what do you love? What would you love, regardless of money or time or any difficulty you could perceive, to suspend that for a minute and just feel, what would you love? And just write down the life you would love to live. And that's a great GPS location because you can definitely have that. So craft a vision and a dream for your future. That's the first thing. The second thing that is absolutely necessary is having a mentor. Whatever your particular goal is, where you would like to end up, to find someone that's done it, someone you respect, someone you really like who they are and they're already emulating where you want to be. Take them as a mentor, follow them, study them, see if you can connect with them and learn from them. Most mentors are very willing to give you their time and help you to understand some of the things they did to get to where they are. And the third thing is we must become the learner. It was a very difficult thing for me, as through my struggles when I was younger, I felt that I had to be my own responsibility. Lone wolf paradigm, as I call it. I had to be my own responsibility, so I would not let other people help me. Every now and then that paradigm tries to creep up on me, but I love to reach out in communities like this and learn from other people all the time. Become the learner. We cannot grow if we're not allowing ourselves to take in new information. So that's definitely the third thing. And then, I'm drawing a bit of a blank, sorry. The fourth thing that we absolutely have to have, apologies, is that support system that I mentioned is also in the program. We have to have a good quality support system. It's very important that we have the good energy and good encouragement, people, like-minded thinkers that are headed in the same direction to communicate with and to commune with, and then move forward from there. So those are the 4 pieces of value I wanted to give to you today. And I also wanted to let you know that we all have dreams and we all have desires that we want to achieve and pursue in our life. And when we start to pursue them, absolutely that paradigm, and I know that's a negative connotation word, but the programs in our head might poke up and try to pull us down and say, you can't do that. Who do you think you are? And when those paradigms come up, they're going to give you all sorts of reasons why you can't move in that direction. So I want to give you a quote I absolutely love from Tom Billio. Excuses are sinister because they are valid. Had to be one of the most impactful quotes that hit me in my journey. I love that because we will come up with every reason not to succeed, every reason not to move forward. And we'll do that on our own without any help from the outside world, which can be challenging at every turn. But I want you to know that in the end, there is only one person that can stop you from getting your dream, and that is you. So I hope you receive some value today, and such an amazing group. Please, if you want to connect with me, as RJ has the code there, LLL 2021, a complimentary 60 to 90 minute coaching session, strategy session for everybody part of this symposium, that can help to not only put on the vibration of this program, and you'll be able to test out what it feels like, but help you decide what's the next step for you moving forward.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much again, Mark. You know what? First of all, I'm so pleased you and I are connected. You know, we're accountability partners. We really haven't explored that much because we've been so busy over the last several weeks. But you know, you mentioned it, that it's the community. It's getting out there and getting access to like-minded people who want to support you and help you in your journey. The common word today here was mentors and coaches. Yes, they're the ones who are going to, you know, help you take your game to the next level. You're certified with Mary Morrissey as a life mastery consultant. I know that to be a valuable training program. I haven't, you know, truly explored that. Again, next year, it's on my list to get my certification. You know, my partner Curtis has his, and you know what? No matter what your path is, we all have to start somewhere, right? And that's the point, I think, of our seminar. Better life, but it has to start somewhere. We're at whatever path you're at right now, and you're certainly out there to help people do that, right?
Right, absolutely. And I have to say, it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done. And I have to say, maybe challenging being a father to my son. That I always said the toughest job I ever loved, but coaching people and seeing the success, just hearing the success stories, nothing feels better. I feel like I'm really bringing a level of value to the world I've always wanted to do. So absolutely, and I love that. One of the most common things, and everyone here can take this with them. Most common thing a client will ask me is, how do I know what decision I should make as I'm going along to my dream? And I'll answer that the same way every time. So if you have a vision in your future and you have it in your field of vision, if this is in line with where you're headed, it's exactly meant for where you're going. So yeah, absolutely. I'd love to add that as well.
Yeah, and you know what? That reiterates, because my mentor this morning, Amit Magankar, said the very same thing. That's how you know when you're in line with your purpose, right? Because it'll take you in the direction you're meant to go.
Absolutely, absolutely, and like you said, I'm also part of mastermind teams, and that community is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. The amount of support that they offer each other, and the energy and the good ideas. And I'm watching a lot of my fellow mastermind partners, and all different ones that I'm part of. I'm running to, and I'm part of another one, and all three of them are just moving forward. So it's great to see that success and that support to help everybody.
Absolutely. You know what? This event happened because you mentioned it, that what do you love so much? What is it you'd love to do? And, you know, income aside, what do you want to go out there and do? And I built this community. I built this event with little regard for income. Don't get me wrong. I still would love to see payment and get my reward at the end of the day, right? But I built it because there was a value to be offered. Somebody had to offer it. It was my mission to do so.
Awesome.
And here we are today, right? So
I'm very honored that you invited me to be a part of this. And I'd love to stay connected and stay in this. I think it's great what you guys are doing, you and Curtis. And I love the value, and I'd love to add whatever value I can add to this great community of yours.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing this Dream Builder program. Again, you say it's a 3-tier program. This Dream Builder is just like the starter level. And that's what I like for people, because yes, maybe you're at a higher level. And if you are, maybe Mark can help you with that, because he does have higher tier levels for that. But you know what? If you're just starting out If you don't know where to start, you don't know what next step to take, that Dream Builder program could help you figure out your vision and your dream moving forward.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The one piece that I really love to stress is that the way the program is structured has Mary's almost 40 years of experience in the way it's structured. It's structured to take what you love, the specific details of your heart. And that's we're all unique as a thumbprint, she says. And what it does, you get to imprint that into the program. So it is specifically geared towards kind of a shell program that can accompany anybody's passion.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I love that, we're all here to help. And this is just one more way to do that. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you for agreeing to be a part of that, for being one of those coaches to help people out there. And again, please get access to Marc's Dream Builder program and use the code LLL2021. Thank you for joining us today, Marc. It's been awesome.
Thank you, RJ. Curtis.
Sorry, I cut you off there. If you want to go ahead and say that again.
All set.
Okay. Thank you. You know what? We've had a great lineup and we're not even done. We are almost done. I will say I've got a bit of a filler here because my next guest is not scheduled for a half an hour. But that gives us a chance to talk and go over things and reiterate because we've had an exciting day so far. We've been at this for almost 5 hours now outside of our lunch break, and we've been busy. We've been trying to share everything with everybody. Curtis, what are you thinking so far, man? How much have you learned? How much have you picked up? What do you think what do you think of what we're sharing with everybody today?
I think it's great. I think that if people.
Folks, that was Marc Maynard, a gentleman I've been thankful to get to know and get to connected with. Again, it's all about connection. I was brought to him, or he was brought to me. The connection was made through Ted Uribe and the Noble Goldman Masterminds. Marc and I instantly hit it off. Again, we felt there was a lot of synergy. And he is a certified life mastery consultant by Brave Thinking Institute. That's a Mary Morrissey certified program, and he'll help you design and manifest a life in harmony with your soul's purpose. He has a Dream Builder program that's really a starter program above and beyond my coaching, which helps you achieve your outcomes. Marc's this is the first of a 3-tier program, but you can get involved in his Dream Builder program through the websites below. Once again, that's markmaynard.lifemasteryconsultant.com or the personalgrowthtrainer@gmail.com. If you reach out to Marc, please, again, let him know you came from the Better Life Symposium by using the code LLL2021. Again, I'm pleased to have met Marc. Thank you, Marc, for bringing your coaching and your abilities, your wisdom to our community. And thank you for being part of Better Life Symposium. Ladies and gentlemen, I am RJ Horner. That has been our broadcast today for Better Life Symposium. Again, I'm RJ Horner, your host and facilitator for Live and Love Life Empowerment. We are your community for life, and we are here to help you build a life you love to live. You can find us at our website, www.live-love-life.ca. You can find more of our speakers and their recordings at www.live-love-life.ca/better-life. That's www.live-love-life.ca/better-life. You can find us on Facebook. Please like and subscribe there at facebook.com/groups/live2 to love life. That's live the number 2 love life. Facebook.com/groups/live to love life. And of course, please like and subscribe on YouTube if you like these videos and want to know more, want to follow us. Please like and subscribe on YouTube at Live and Love Life Empowerment. Again, thank you for joining me today. I am your host and facilitator, RJ Horner, for Live and Love Life Empowerment.